Well, welcome, welcome, welcome to this episode. Very special. Of course, they're all special, but I am so honored that Miss Joyce said yes to this interview. And I'm very excited to hear some great encounters. First of all, let me ask you where you were born.
Hudson, New Hampshire.
Hudson, okay, New Hampshire. Were you raised, how did you wind up in this area?
Well, I was brought up in Hollis.
In Hollis, okay.
So,
I know where that is.
Okay.
And so, can you tell me a little bit, were you raised in a Christian home? We'll start there.
no.
You weren't? Then how did you come to know who Jesus is?
My cousin in the service came to know the Lord,
Okay.
and he said he wanted to be a pastor.
Oh,
And so he and his wife was living with us.
Okay.
And so he came one time and he asked me if I would go to church in Nashua. And I said, sure, why not? So I
how old
did.
were you?
I was 12.
12. Wow.
And
Okay.
and maybe a little bit older, 13. Anyhow, I came to know the Lord when I was 14.
Okay.
And so I came to know the Lord, and then my mother, she came, and she didn't tell me though. But I made such a ripple in the town that she had to.
What do you mean by a ripple in the town? I'm curious.
There was no church that preached the gospel at the time.
Really?
And I understood that there was one later that may have been at that time, but I didn't know anything about it, and I heard no evidence of it because one of the young people that were going was in a class just above me in school,
Okay.
but he never said anything.
Interesting.
And he just went along with everybody. But I didn't.
So that's the ripple you made.
I made the ripple. But my Hollis was not a big town. Like we had, I think he had 10 in his class. And my class may have gotten to 12, but I don't think any more, if not less than that. And so, but I thought we were supposed to tell everybody about Jesus.
Sure.
And so I was in 7th grade, maybe, at the time, and I was teaching Sunday school in the church in Hollis, and of course I gave the salvation message, and I had first graders, and they all accepted the Lord, as much as I knew about it. And that was how I started. And we went to, just left, I didn't exactly leave the church. The church left me. They asked me not to come anymore.
Wait, why? Because you were making a ripple?
Well, because I kept asking about Jesus. And
Wait, let me see if I get this right. You were asking about Jesus in the church and they didn't like that?
they didn't like that. And they didn't want me to talk about Jesus. And I had gone to the young people's group and been going. And he didn't want me to do it. And I said, well, Billy Graham's playing here in Boston. Maybe can we go? He says, we are not going, and we are not going to be talking about Jesus.
What kind of a church was it?
Congregational.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
All right. It depends on the pastor, okay?
Oh, okay.
The minister.
Okay.
And he was all for science and
Okay.
moon and stars and this type of a thing.
Oh.
And he did not. But he didn't have the courage to say anything to me more than that. And so he had his wife corner my mother who was now the Sunday school superintendent, and said, "Tell her we do not want her daughter anymore."
And so how old were you at that point?
14.
Wow.
Because I had just accepted the Lord, but I had been teaching already. But
wow.
so I was 14, and that was it. And so they asked me to no longer come.
How did that make you feel at 14 to get kicked out of a church?
Well, that's not the only church I've gotten kicked out of. So.
Oh. Do tell. What else? What other church? What happened?
Well, so I went to the church in Nashua.
Okay.
And I was fine. And I managed to get through that one without, and then to go to college. So I went to Bible college.
You did? You went to Bible college?
Oh, yeah.
Where did you go to Bible college?
Well, it's now called Gordon College.
Okay.
It was not at the time when I went.
Okay.
It was Providence Barrington Bible College.
Wow. Where is that located locally here?
No, it was in Providence, Rhode Island.
In Rhode Island. Okay.
So I went there, and I went all the way through, actually.
Was it how many years? 4, 3,
I
4?
went 5 because I was sick.
What?
I had operations, and I couldn't.
Oh, you're sick. You were sick physically
Yes.
while you were going to college.
Right.
What did you have?
Well, they couldn't figure it out, but I had tonsils. My tonsils had to come out because my back was out of sorts. And so the doctor didn't know what else to do. He says, "I think we're just going to take her tonsils out to see what's wrong." So they took the tonsils out and found out that I was all inflamed inside. But I was fine. I was fine after that.
Wow.
But that didn't take too long. But in my 3rd year, I had appendicitis.
Oh my goodness.
And they didn't do things right. So I was out for a long time for that. And it's very hard to go into the 2nd year of French.
Wow.
And not having the weeks beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I went 5 years anyhow. But that was okay.
Did you get a degree?
Yeah.
In what?
Oh, I have bachelor on teaching and also social work.
Okay. All right. Did you ever go into those fields?
Sort of. Not really. I went to Salvation Army. When I graduated, I went to the Salvation Army.
Yeah.
They put me in both.
Oh, wow.
So I was there until I got married and went off, type of thing.
So okay, I'm really intrigued. I have a lot of questions. I hope you're ready to answer. I want to
get you're ready, but the answers
yes.
might be the problem.
I want the full disclosure answers. So awesome. So you have a degree in social work and in teaching, and so you did both at the Salvation Army.
Yeah.
And you did. I'm assuming while you were in that role is when you met your husband.
Right.
Okay. So can you tell me a little bit about meeting him? Was he the love of your life? I mean,
he was at the moment.
I love that.
I'd rather not go through that part. Now, it was, I was in love with him, type of thing. But anyhow,
was he a part of the Salvation Army as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and but he was in the service.
Okay.
And so we got through that year, and really, after he got out, he decided he was a chaplain in the service.
How old were you at the time?
21.
And how old was he?
18.
Oh, you were a cradle robber.
Yeah, I was a cradle robber, that's right.
Wow, okay.
Anyhow, so after that, he was really not interested in staying home or anywhere else. So it was like I was by myself.
Oh, I'm sorry.
When he came, fine. When he didn't, fine. You know, it was nothing. It was, now I'm on my own.
Wow.
And I had to provide for myself too, because
He wouldn't pay for your.
But anyhow, we got through, and so that was it. But eventually, that meant I was coming home. I had to come home to my parents,
Oh, okay.
and so I came home to my parents, and then I went back to the same church in Nashua.
Not the one you got kicked out of.
No, that was Hollis.
Okay.
And Nashua, I was fine.
Okay.
And I taught Sunday school and junior church and whatever. I just sang in the choir. I did.
You
whatever.
sang in the choir?
I did.
That's
I did.
awesome.
And anyhow, I was there.
Yeah.
And actually, yeah, I was there off and on all the time, you know, continually, you know. And even when at times I moved to Hudson or someplace else, but I'd be back, you know.
Yeah.
And
how old were you at that point then? 23, 24?
yeah, because I had, most of my kids were born in while I was in the Nashua.
Okay, so you obviously met someone else.
No, I think I stayed with that husband regardless.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I stayed with him for about 12 years.
12 years. So you have children with him?
Yeah, I have 4 children with him.
Wow. Okay.
So they've been through everything.
Yeah.
And no, that was fine. And
so you must be in your 30s at this point then.
Yep, that was the last one I had with child was when I was 30.
Okay.
And
do they all live close now? Are they all local? Okay.
Yep, they are.
Very cool.
And so, you know, that was it. And then I was asked if I would go to another church. They were going to start up another church. Would I go?
Oh, okay. So like a branch off of the church.
Well, sort of. No. Actually, it was, one was more spirit-filled.
Oh, okay.
So I was going from a Baptist to a spirit-filled. Okay.
Okay, got you. I'm tracking with you.
And so I'm trying to think of what happened there. Oh, I do. I know. That's how I came to Daryl's place.
Oh.
Because I was there. I reached out for the young. I went to the youth group at Faith Worship, and I don't know whether it was Daryl. I don't know who it was. Some man came up to me and says, "Are you in the right place?" I said, "Well, I don't know, but I'll check it out." And he said, "This is the youth group. Sunday is Sunday." I said, "Oh, okay." So anyhow, so I knew a little bit about what this was, just because I had been at the young people's. And
so you were in your 30s, and you walked into the youth group.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, that's how desperate I was.
I love that. That's awesome.
Anyhow, I went to, I was at this new church, which is no longer anymore.
Okay.
But, I went to that church, and meanwhile we had been, we had revivals, we had tent ministries, we had a lot going on in that church, and it was in a poor section.
Okay.
So we had people of all kinds, there, and that's all right, because I like that.
Diversity.
Yes, and so and I had Sunday school. I guess I was sort of a superintendent type of a thing, because I had to teach all of the classes, whatever type of thing.
And this is in the old church now.
This is in the yes.
Okay. Okay.
And
I'm trying to track here because I
Yeah,
want
I'm
to get
sorry.
to Faith Worship Center.
okay. Well, all right. This is what happened. Something happened in the church,
Okay.
and I was superintendent, and I had to bring it up. I went to the deacons, and I told them what was going on, and I told them what was happening, and I said I need to bring it up because it's not right. So they said okay. So I made an appointment, and we had a little gathering of that family and all the deacons and so forth. And I told them, and it uproared because it was a family member that I was having to speak against.
Uh-oh.
And they were very upset, of course, and I would have been too. But I didn't know how else to handle it. No one else was handling it, so I had to do it. So that was okay, and I just continued on, regardless, doing what I was doing. And that was really just about it until, we went to mission fields. We were moving. So,
Yeah. But they didn't like that you brought up this issue.
Well, they didn't decide to say anything more because they knew now that everybody knew. And
Did
the
they ask
church
you to
was small.
leave at that time?
No,
No?
they didn't. They never asked me to leave,
Okay.
particularly.
Okay.
The angel did.
The
One-
angel. Well,
One angel.
tell me about the angel.
I was going to the church that morning, and I saw this huge angel. I mean, this was a factory building, okay?
Okay.
So the doors are very large and very tall. And so I went, and there was an angel with a sword across the whole thing.
Had you ever seen an angel before?
No.
Did it freak you out?
Yes.
Wow.
And I said, Lord, what is this? And what am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
You're not to come in.
So he was standing on the outside.
Yes.
Oh my.
And I said, okay, but I have to do something because they're expecting me, and I have Sunday school, I have the church, I have all these things to do. What can I do? And how can I go in and say anything? What can I do?
So let me ask you this. You're walking up, this is a Sunday morning,
Yeah,
and you have all of these responsibilities.
right.
And as you come up to the door, you see this angel, and the angel says, "Do not come in."
Right.
What did you do?
Well, I said, can I just go in and just give my notice? Can I do that? And they said yes.
Okay.
So I went in and I said, and I'm scared, okay?
Yeah.
And I said, my friend was in there, and I said, I'm sorry, Mary, I can't be here anymore.
Wow.
And she said, well, what happened? And I said, and in that moment, the pastor comes out. And so I go to him and I tell him, I just saw an angel, and he told me I could not come in here anymore. He said, that's all right, Joyce. He says, I'm giving my notice today too.
What?
So I said, okay. Meanwhile, my daughter had said, I'm having to leave the church. And she was at the same church. And I said, okay. She said, I don't know where to go. I said, well, go to Faith Worship in Pepperell. I said, I just know that's a good place to go. I don't know anything more about it, but go there. And she said, okay. So I decided I went the next Sunday to faith worship.
Wow.
And so it was really different because my daughter didn't want me to sit with her because of a situation that she was running into. And so I sat by myself and I felt horrible. I said, I can't stay here anymore. Yeah, because this is not good. I said, I don't like it. Mia comes over and she says, sits beside me with her coloring book and her book and sits right there and she never moved.
little Mia.
Yeah.
Daryl and Lynn's daughter.
Right.
How old was she? Do you...
About 4. And she sat with me the whole time. And I said, okay, I can stay now.
Wow. Because you know, kids feel comfortable. They're too little to make judgments, but they feel comfortable around someone that carries what you carry. Can I just brag on Miss Joyce for a little bit? We just came from the intercessors room because Joyce made an agreement with me. I've been asking her to do one of these, and she didn't want to. I don't have anything to share. I don't have anything to say. And I kept after her, but I was respectful. And then we were at a picnic last Sunday at the church, and she finally said, okay, I'll do it if you'll come to the intercessors meeting with me. I said, love it. Yes, I will be there. And to hear your heart, so one of the things that you really felt to pray for is the young people.
I want the young people. I have to have the young people. I can't see this brokenness. It's breaking my heart. I want the children. I want the young people. And it breaks my heart that we don't have them.
Yeah.
I know that Lynn is doing a great job in that room, but it's not reaching them all. Yeah. And we need them all reached.
Yeah.
And I know there's not maybe enough people to keep going around it. I don't care. I said, this is our job. I need them. I need the young people. I need the parents' hearts because they don't know what to do with the kids because, that's usually where they go. But it breaks my heart.
One of the beautiful things that I am praying that these will do is for people to watch that, both the older generation and the younger ones, that the Lord will highlight this community because there are people such as yourself and others. I heard the other intercessors as well. And as we were praying for the young people, the desire to connect with them is so massive. So those that are older, I want to encourage just exactly what Joyce does, that I've watched her do every Sunday morning, is she'll go around and she'll just hug people. And the young people, the young adults that you hug, have told me how impactful that is. And how much they are craving the older generation to be the mamas and the papas, to just love them. And just from what little time that I've been around you, I can feel that non-judgmental love because of your own story, because of what you've been through, that you have such a genuine love for the young people.
I do. And the children, I do. I taught Sunday school here. But
You did?
oh yeah.
I think I remember I think it was Jeremy, my son-in-law, remembers you teaching him and loves that.
I didn't teach him. I taught all his kids.
Oh, okay, all the girls. So my granddaughters.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, I had them all. And 20 years.
For 20 years, you taught the young people.
Yeah.
No wonder you have a heart for the young people.
I have a heart for people, period.
Yeah.
No matter where you are.
Yeah.
No matter what you've been through. It doesn't make any difference to me.
That's beautiful.
And that's, I've been through probably half of what you've been through. But, but it's true. I really have, and, it's, I don't know. My heart is for people. I have nothing to condemn you or whatever, anything. I haven't. And I'm known for that, even my own family. Well, why do you do this? Why do you do that? How come you're letting that? No. This is mine.
Yeah.
These are mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many grandkids do you have?
Probably 20-something.
So you have 4 kids, 20 grandkids?
I have 16 grandchildren. I have 16 great-grandchildren.
16 great-grandchildren!
At least. and then 1 great-great.
1 great-great!
Yep.
That's amazing!
Yeah.
And do they all live close, locally?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. Wow, Joyce, that's amazing. That's amazing.
That's what I need. I need them. I need them. I need all my grandchildren. I don't know how people do it with 1 grandchild. I don't know what you do, but I have to have them. I have to have people. I have to have that.
Beautiful.
And I'm partially deaf anyhow. And so I've been sort of not really in with social people. Oh, I have to tell you, people in my school, when I went to high school, okay, they came to my church too.
Did they? Well, you probably brought them.
Oh yes, they did. They mothers were saying, just go, get her out of the place. And one of my teachers went. So.
Wow, that's awesome.
And when it came for the time for the high school trip, they asked me first. They said, just tell us what you can do and what you can't, so so we can make sure that we just get everything right. So it was kind of funny, but
That's awesome. What are holidays like with your family? Like, there's got to be a lot.
There is in one way, but there isn't.
Okay.
Because everybody. I'm a great grandmother, so it's like you have your own families, and if you know families, you're from Florida, you're from here, so it's not like everybody's together.
Right. Yeah.
So you try to manage to get some of them, most of them,
Yeah.
And
It's very difficult.
and because I'm alone, it's like, hello, So they try to fit me in.
Well, you fit in really well here because everyone adores you, and you are very, very much loved.
Well, I think they needed that. The people needed that. They needed that. It was so desperate. When Pastor Bob left, they needed. No one was reaching out. And at that time, they told me I couldn't teach anymore. So I said to him, I'm going to go ahead and greet the people.
Oh, Joyce.
And so it worked out fine because then he left. And that meant there wasn't anybody, so I could just walk right into it.
Wow.
And no one would say anything about it. But now we have the pastor coming in, and they're working at it. They're coming. So I am so grateful to see that.
Yes, yeah.
It has been wonderful to see that.
So I'm curious. At the church picnic, you went around and got everybody's name, address, and phone number. Is there a reason for that?
for me. I wanted it for me. Because there was people that were sick and so forth, and I didn't have their names and addresses. And every time I asked, no one said, we don't have it. I said, well, and so I said, I can't do this. I have to have their addresses.
And what do you do with them?
I send cards to the sick. The ones that are not here. I reach out to the ones that have not been here. So I really know some of them, that what's going on in their lives.
Yeah.
And I feel that's important.
Yes. Yeah.
And one of the deacons, or whatever you want to call them, does the same thing. He goes. I don't go so much, but he does. And that's important. Yeah. That is so important, and I'm so impressed, and I tell him. But, I try to encourage regardless. I even encourage the pastor all the time. If he did something good, I tell him. If he doesn't, I don't tell him anything. But I do, because I say, that was a good sermon. Okay. They know that I will do that.
Yeah, yeah. That's beautiful, Joyce.
And you have to.
Why do you feel like you have to? Let's start there.
But I have to?
Yeah.
I have to encourage as many people I can do.
Wow. Did you catch that? So you're trying to encourage. So you're being very honest. If you see something, you say something. You did at the church. And even when you first accepted the Lord, you told everybody about Jesus when the church didn't want you to do that. Right. But you knew inside of you that's what you were supposed to do.
Well, I know it's what I wanted to do. I'm not sure that I was supposed to.
You're supposed to tell people about Jesus? Yes, you are.
Well, I didn't know that particularly, but
That's what I love so much, Joyce, about
that's
you.
What I had. That was my heart.
Yeah.
And no common sense, but ha.
I think you have common sense.
Some of my family don't think so. Because that's the way I'm at.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
And I that's me. And I have to, and I feel it's necessary. I feel that's what God wants us to do.
Yeah.
And I want to encourage. And when someone else is preaching, if I think it's good, I'll tell them.
And if you don't?
I don't.
You don't say anything?
I don't say anything.
Okay. Well, if I ever speak, you have full permission to even tell me I didn't like that.
As long as you preach, some have a voice that goes good with preaching. Others do not.
Okay.
And I'm not going to discourage anybody, but I'm not going to encourage something that I don't, and it's not interesting with me either, But one man said, he preached, and he said, and I went up to him afterwards, started to go towards him. He says, I know, Joyce, I know. So, that's all right. That's good.
Yeah.
He knows that I was all right for it.
What I love about that, Joyce, is that you literally are loving the younger people even by you approaching, you're doing it in a loving manner, someone who is quote unquote in leadership, which is good. If our heart is pure, then they're going to be receptive. If their heart isn't quite right, they might be a little defensive, but the truth has to be told. Would you agree?
I'm not sure, because a defensive I don't think I would, if I felt that they were defensive, my son, I don't think I would say anything to them.
Okay.
Unless I know that part
Okay.
that I felt was good was going to be, would be accepted.
Okay. So if you ever came across someone who spoke and that you maybe didn't like something they said, would you start out by saying, I really liked this, but I didn't care for this? Would you do that?
No, I
You
would just
would?
tell them the good.
You wouldn't tell them the bad? Really?
Because I wouldn't know how they would take it.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me encourage you that if I'm ever speaking and you don't agree or like what I say, I am asking you to come to me and tell me what, and because I might ask you, well, what didn't you like about it? So there might be a conversation, a dialogue, which I think is important when someone is standing up and speaking or teaching anything. They have authority at the moment of the people that are listening. So maybe they need to grow in an, I know I would. I want to be encouraged as well, yes.
Yeah.
But you also have a very discerning heart.
Yeah. Okay. But I want to encourage the good. I want to encourage
Yes.
that, to move, to do things,
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And, that's what I do. And if I had any thoughts that wasn't, I don't really want to say anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because unless I can say something positive.
Mm-hmm.
It's best not to say anything because my tone maybe even throw you off.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And my daughter says sometimes I'm not exactly.
Use a lot of.
I don't exactly say it right, is what she says. And
Yes.
that's probably true.
Yes, my daughter tells me the same thing. I can be like a bull in a china shop. And my daughter says, Mom, my son says the same thing. You need to maybe pull back just a little bit because I can be a little forceful. So I understand that.
Yeah, so I think we have enough negativity that we really need some positive moving.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Different ways of doing things,
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Well, I just want to encourage everyone, when you see Miss Joyce, if she doesn't come up and give you a hug, you go up and give her a hug because she is a true mama of the house. And I'm sure Daryl and Lynn love having you be a part of this congregation, this community. It's more than a congregation, it's a family. And we're going to see that. Even, I believe, in the near future, there's going to be more and more coming together. Can I share your idea about your worship nights?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Actually, you share it.
No, we were at a time that we didn't know what was going to go next, and I said, well, why can't the young people go ahead and have a worship night and then just join us? Let us join them. And I spoke to this family, and I said, you've got the whole band right there in your family. I said, how about it? So I spoke to one of the kids and they said, yes, that's good, let's go. And he says, wait a minute, maybe not this summer. So we'll see.
We'll see, maybe the fall, which is a great idea. I've seen other churches in other environments do that, where they just come and they just play music. And it's usually the young people. Now there's older people that play as well, but usually the young people bring this energy. It's like this.
And we need the energy.
Yeah.
We need the energy.
Yeah.
And that's good. And I hope that Sunday school starts back up again too.
Yes.
And I know we need teachers and all of this stuff, but that's an excuse.
I love this woman.
So we do need that, and we need to reach them all, because right now, those that would like to dance, fine, They have a place, but the rest of them do not. And I don't want to lose them.
I don't want
So-
to lose the youth either. And revival is definitely happening in our young people around the nation. And we
Yes.
have
Yes.
mothers and fathers that actually love the young people as well and want to create a space. So what I heard her say is it could be on a Friday night or some night where people just gather together and play music.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You don't hear a lot of the older generation say they want that music, because you hear Miss Joyce's heart, and her heart is,
That is my heart.
yeah, I need to be around young people. So I want to encourage you, if you're a young person, step out and use your gift. You have a place here, and they love music around this place. And if you're an older person, you can come and enjoy it too. Listen, old people got rhythm. We can dance a little bit. So thank you, Joyce, and thank you so much for just sharing a small piece. I have so many more questions I'd like to ask, but for time's sake, I want to encourage people to come and pull from the wisdom that Joyce walks in, and she exudes the love of Jesus. Just love her hugs and her smile. She's always been inviting to me whenever I come and I'm in the environment, and so thank you for stewarding that in this environment.
You have to bring them all in.
So if you have one last word of advice for the young people, what would you look in the camera and tell them?
I need you.
Wow.
I need you. You bring in everything, so please come. I need you.
Wow. That's probably straight from the heart of God. Just saying. Thank you for joining us. We hope you have an awesome week, and we will see you on the next episode of Hidden Gems. Thank you, Joyce.